I was offered by Josef to do this. And I was thinking, like, what am I passionate about? I'm passionate about maths, but if I speak about that, most probably I'll bore you to death. So I said, let's link it to what we're doing. And very often when we look at national curricula, at least when I do that, we see lots of things that look really nice at this course level, they're perfect, but we don't do any of it. It remains there because as teachers, we have no idea how to implement it. And one of them is education for diversity, education for democratic citizenship. And I thought, how do I, as a maths teacher, how can I implement it myself? And there's one thing that is really important for me, that it's not an add-on. We have already too much to do in class, and I don't have time to add anything else. So it needs to permeate my teaching. And one thing that I find really, really useful is maps. I found maps to be really powerful in maths teaching. I use it in ratios, in estimates, in angles, in areas. It's amazing when you think in how many different topics you can use it. I think that they're powerful because they help students develop their skills of observation, of decentering, of interpretation. And I have this just to give you an idea of what we could do in maths. So this is a sphere, okay? So I tell my students, take an orange, peel it, so that we see what the net of a sphere is, and try to make it into a rectangle without tearing it. And obviously it's impossible. But maps are rectangular. So how can it be that the globe is a sphere, but our maps are rectangular? So there must be some distortion somewhere. And in fact, all maps are distorted. What we're used to is all distorted and no one tells us. We think that that's how it is. And the map that we're most used to is the Mercator map, which was invented way back in 1569, obviously by a European, and so Europe is in the middle, okay? And when I tell the kids where is the center of the sphere, the center is inside. But when you tell them where is the center of the world, they'll tell you Europe. And if you ask them who decided, they'll tell you God. God decided that we're in the center of the world. Why is north there? That's mere convention. We decided that north should be there, and it wasn't always there. And so you start discussing these things, and then, for example, I don't know how many of you know about the Peters projection. In 1973, he's actually a German journalist, and he gave us a map which shows the actual areas. So the Mercator map, with the one that we're so used to, was very good for navigation. So to make it good for navigation, there was a cost. That basically, the size of the northern countries looks much bigger than the ones of the southern countries. So Greenland looks bigger than China, but it's not the case. China's 4 times larger. Africa looks smaller than North America. Africa is larger. Do you think it's a coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think it's a coincidence that the northern countries look bigger than the southern countries. So basically, what you have to do is this. Try to use your subject to get multi-perspectivity. So maps can be used in cross-curricular subjects in so many different ways, in geography and maths. And things like, for example, areas. Give a group one map, give another group another map, give another group another map, and then they compare, and none of the answers are the same. But in maths, the answer should be the same. There's only one right answer. So who is right, who is wrong? No one is right, no one is wrong, because of the distortions in maps. So this is something I would like you to take with you. Think about it. We think that maps are natural, we take them for granted, we think that that's how they are, but they're not. We've been fooled all along. None of the maps we've seen so far of the world are good, and Google Map is not good. Okay? And so that's food for thought. Maybe we'll discuss it at some point. Thank you.